We know the situation.
and
We're not in a great
that's
place
the
at the moment.
That's the next one I was going to talk about. Obviously, in terms of the game, because it wasn't so much a great game, we weren't really going to talk too much about the game. But obviously, the lineup came out and no Rashford. I didn't actually know initially. I just thought,
You're a witch. It's like you're a witch right now.
I didn't
realize that.
I just realized, okay, they weren't starting. But I just thought
didn't realize they weren't in the squad.
So when my friend called me, and when Tox called me and said, so-and-so not starting, I'm just trying to explain, it's understandable. I said, well, you're not hearing what I'm saying.
They're not in the squad at all, bro.
I was like, what the
Put that chicken you're eating down. Listen to me.
And in the worst meal, I wasn't eating chicken. I was eating jollof rice and chicken. So when he said that, I was like, what do you mean? So I wanted to go and check myself. I'll be honest with you, I was shocked. Like, not one, but two of them to not even make the squad. How bad can you be? What are you both doing for it? Like, obviously, he didn't go into much detail. He's not, like, as he said...
The media were trying to get out of him.
Yeah, get out of him. It's like, look, I look into every little detail. I look how they train, how they dress, blah, blah, blah. All them kind of things. And I made a decision today wasn't just the right day. We have a full squad as well. And, I just didn't want to... But obviously, it's clear there's definitely something that they've done. It's either a misconduct
or just attitude problems,
or they might not be at the required level during training. So it's a thing where it might be a thing where he hasn't said anything, but him and his staff are just watching each and every little detail, and he's thinking, you know what, these two they think they can just walk into the squad at any given point.
Let them know that that's not the situation.
Yeah, let them know. And then I think what even helps the situation, because if we didn't win, if we lost, whatever
it would amplify it.
It would amplify it.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll be talking about now. Yeah. But what's also so important as well is just to emphasize the whole situation is that the guy that's taking your sport, he's the one that was man of the match and won us the game. So if you're sitting there watching it at home, it's either you buckle up your idea and just thinking, you know what, we're going to fix up, or the door's there for you to go. So it's one or the other. But look, I was surprised. Look, fair dues to the managers. I'm glad he's done it. I think a lot of the times we talk about players still getting on those 10 Hag, still getting to the squad, still getting to the team despite poor performances. This is a new manager, fresh eyes, and he's giving everyone an opportunity because he's made so much rotation. And I think within time, we're going to start to see his first team squad because he can't continue to keep rotating the squad. But look, it says a lot, especially Rashford. Garnacho, this is the first time he's been in such a situation. It'll be interesting to see how he's react to it. But I think for Rashford's sake, I honestly don't know. He obviously posted after the game on Instagram, just posting like,
of course, you're gonna
United, just supporting the team.
Because we know the media will make noise about that. If he didn't post, they'll make noise about that.
So he's posted. He's obviously like, look.
Like, come on the boys, isn't it?
Yeah,
simple.
come on the boys. But what you guys' thoughts on it anyway? I'm not sure if there's anything else really in terms of like we can't say much at the moment because we don't know the specific reason why. But
And I think it's probably best we don't know because the media just love. Well, I don't know if it's best, it's not best, but obviously I checked the lineup when they released it about an hour before the game, and I saw the lineup and I was like, okay, cool. And I didn't really think about those two. So it was when I turned on the game and they were talking about them being left out. I was like, oh, shit. So then, obviously, I'm watching the game and I'm thinking about the pod, what I'm going to say when we got the pod. And this was when we were still losing 1-0. And I was going to say that until we get quality within our team, because we know we lack quality, even the players playing in their positions, they're not very good, right? But what I was thinking was that we need grafters. The reason why Fernandes and Ahmad stand out is because they're grafters. They work hard. Even when Fernandes is doing nonsense, he works hard.
You can never fault Fernandes for winning the shift.
You get me? And that's someone that's not blessed with the physical attributes, with the speed, the strength, and stuff like that. But he'll put in a shift. And Ahmad is just a grafter. Mazraoui, he works hard. So I was just thinking to myself that actually, maybe that's all we're going to be able to use. Until we're able to spend money on better players, we just use the people that work hard. And that's when I thought about the other two. It was like, obviously, we're not going to know what's wrong, but maybe they just don't work hard enough, man. And that's what we need at this point in time. Especially when you're in a hole, you need someone that's going to put that shift in.
100%.
to help you get the best out of it. So yeah, we'll see. I'm sure more stuff will come out at some point in time. Rashford's brother likes to talk a bit, so I'm sure he'll come and say something. So we'll see.
Just before you go, and it's so funny. Last week that I was saying that, but I said two separate players. I said Rashford and Zirkzee. Right? I was saying they can't pull the wool over our eyes that the effort is not enough. Like it's clear to see, and I was saying that last week on the pod, not knowing that the manager's probably looking. I don't know whether that's one of the reasons, but. The manager
maybe they cussed his mum.
Yeah, but I'm glad that the manager's obviously paying attention, and it's just to show in it that all of them, the attendance is going to be up at all times because the manager's paying attention to every single little thing that you do. So if you don't do well, you don't perform well, you don't get to training on time, whatever it is.
100%.
Like you're not going to start the game. You're not only starting the game, you're not going to get
rightfully so.
Get into the squad.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
What's your thoughts on it, Ham?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I absolutely loved it because I saw the lineup like an hour before, and I saw the subs, so I already knew that they weren't in the squad. But I loved it because I loved it for the point that it sends a message to everyone, to the players, the coaching staff, the fans, that the standards are here, and no matter who you are, if you don't meet these standards, then you won't play.
Yeah,
and that has to be the case, and especially. Mine isn't so much Marcus, mine's more Garnacho. Marcus, when I've seen Ten Hag leave Rashford out a lot of times, innit? So, and we know Marcus, I say all the time, and Marcus don't want to be there, innit?
Yeah.
His performances show me he don't want to be there. So I don't think United fans should want him there anyway.
No. Yeah. I've got no issue.
I think that
and there'll be no beef.
Yeah, and I think that should be a happy separation.
Yeah.
He wants to go, and United fans will be happy.
That is my current position.
So him not being in the squad today wasn't a shock to me. I thought that was the right decision from him. Mine was more Garnacho because he's the next one up in the academy coming through with Maino. He's shown bright sparks last season. Even this season, he's looked okay. Yeah. So for Ruben to look at him and say, you're not at the level that I need for this game or whatnot, I thought that was more telling. The Rashford one is easy because you all know that Rashford don't want to be there and he's not at the level that required. So the Garnacho one was shocking, was more surprising to me. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out moving forward. Yeah. Because United fans probably, and you tell me if I'm wrong, would probably want Garnacho to be part of the cornerstone that helps United get back to where they are. Whereas United fans, if Marcus goes, that's cool. But Garnacho, you kind of want something in there. You've had
your time, Rashford.
Yeah.
We've got this guy. Exactly. He's rough, but let's see if we can do what's needed. So the only thing I kept saying was the message. And for me, I always look at United and look at us in it. I think we're like parallels in it. Like when we were shit, you guys were shit. What we had to do. You guys are having to do that now. And I look at it when Arteta come in, young manager of inexperience more so than Amorim. But he's come in and said, Mesut, it's not it. So he takes Mesut out. And we're happy to pay Mesut off. Do you want to say we're happy to pay Mesut off? He looks at Aubameyang. You saw how many times Aubameyang was late to training, late to games and stuff like that. Yeah. And taking him out of the squad. And the first opportunity we could get rid of him, he got rid. Same as Laka and whatnot. So you're just like setting the standards. Because especially when you've got young players on the team, we can allow Ozil or Aubameyang or whatnot to now Saka and ESR and Mane look at them and think, oh, well, we can. Yeah, and it just seeps through.
And it will seep
through.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a new project for United. And I think United, I said this last week and the week before that, it's a new project. They've got to wash their hands of certain players. And Rashford is one of them. I think Luke Shaw's in there. I think there's a couple of players that. So I was happy with, as a rival fan, I was happy that Amorim made that decision. And like I said, just moving forward, it'd be interesting to see what he does with Garnacho. I think Rashford's fate is sealed. He'll go in January, he'll go in the summer.
Yeah.
Garnacho is the one way there's a question mark about it as to what happens with him.
Yeah, we need to curb his arrogance as well because Garnacho, obviously he's got that ability and he shines when he's in a pool of certain players, and I think it's going to his head at sometimes. So you need to curb that because the environment is big. Like it's with anything. Like Brampton Manor, that A-level, that school, where they just get A's and A stars. Their average grade is an A.
Yeah.
I was talking to a girl that went there and she was just like, that was just the environment. Like people that used to get E's in other schools will come over there and they're getting
it's standard. Everything is standard.
And it's like man from on the road join that school. Next thing they're in Cambridge. And it's just because the environment was excellent.
It's something they're doing.
Like you're sitting in that school, even if you came to play around and you're seeing everyone get A star.
No. The environment
doesn't allow you. Like getting a B was embarrassing for them. Yeah. And that's what you want. You want to set a standard where everyone's 100%. Mindset is excellent.
So same as Garnacho, if he's not if Ahmad is doing that, because Ahmad was brilliant today. Yeah, he was brilliant. If Ahmad is doing that on the right hand side, and not getting results, let's just say he's not getting a goal and assist. Yeah. But that effort that he put in today, he's putting in. Then Garnacho comes in and he got an assist or something and walks into the changing room. If the environment is right, I want all the other players to still look at him and say, that's fucking unacceptable. Yeah. Like the performance that you put out there, just because you put the ball across and someone tapped it in, the performance levels, your output wasn't enough, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah. Bro, do you know how many games, like during my 11-a-side career, where I've won man of the match without a goal or an assist? Yeah. And I'm talking about games where we've scored 6, 7, and I've won 0. But it's just putting in that effort and continuously working, because it's big. It helps out the whole team.
Yeah. I think it's a great point in regards to like the Garnacho situation. As you said, in terms of like, from the supporter perspective, United support, any support we want, like a young player from the academy to be like the cornerstone of your success, basically. But at the same time, you also have to take the sentiment out of football at times, because if it's not going to work, it just means it's not going to work. It's up to him, really. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts from this. If you've been dropped, hopefully he comes out on the positive side of things.
You guys got a game on Thursday, innit?
Yeah, we got a game
on Thursday. Spurs.
I've
been offered a ticket.
Because if I was him and Rashford, whether Rashford's going to go or not, I want to be on time on training tomorrow. Yes, I saw what the boys done without us, but I don't want them, because the last thing you want is for the team to start thinking they can win without you.
Become a forgotten man.
And they'll believe that. The performance today was good enough.
Exactly. And then once that start happening, then all of a sudden, the plans. Yeah, you might think that, you're good enough to get into any other squad, but you've seen it in the big clubs where players have left big clubs and they were never the same.
Easily replaceable, man. Easily replaceable, bro. Anthony's out in the cold and whatnot. He could come in on this new manager, work well in the system, and now he takes Garnacho's shirt.
Do some,
and he'll take Garnacho's shirt.
But, that's. Look,
we don't want